This is the Boston Celtics newsfeed for Tuesday, August 13th, 2019. Reporting from Boston, Massachusetts, I am Mike Walsh for CLNS Media, the leading online provider of audio-video content for the NBA's winningest franchise. Christmas in August? Maybe not quite, but it is NBA schedule day. After some quiet weeks finally graced us on the Hoops calendar, we can all start circling dates, searching for tickets, and dreaming of these upcoming matchups. The date to remember for Celtics fans, though, is Wednesday, October 23rd. Your Boston Celtics will open their new season at the Philadelphia 76ers at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That game is part of the NBA's tip-off and will air on ESPN. It's the third national TV game of the start of the season, after only a Tuesday night showcase between the Pelicans and Raptors, and then the Lakers and Clippers, both games on TNT. In the Celtics home opener, Boston will take on the defending champion Toronto Raptors at 7 p.m. that Friday night, the 25th. It's a huge opening week for the Celtics in the Atlantic Division, as the Knicks will visit the following night, the first of 12 back-to-backs on the slate for Boston. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks, who bounced the Celtics from the playoffs last season, will be visiting TD Garden on the 30th, 1 week after the season opener. Some other major dates to keep in mind and possibly salivate over. Boston will take a 5-game road trip to the West Coast starting on November 15th at Golden State. That's a pretty early bonding opportunity for this new-look unit, and it will also include a game at the Clippers, who will likely have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in the lineup. And of course, things don't get any less interesting from there. The Celtics will return home, and almost immediately on November 27th, a Wednesday, Kyrie Irving makes his return to the city he could not wait to escape this past summer. Brooklyn visits Boston for a home-and-home, so both sets of fans will have a chance to see Kyrie Irving in his new duds. Speaking of returns, Kemba Walker, the Celtics' newest star, will return and play at his only other NBA home, the Charlotte Hornets, on Thursday, November 7th. Now, though Boston will play Philadelphia on opening night, Al Horford won't make his return to the Garden until December 12th, that one going to be an 8 p.m. start with the Sixers at the Celtics. Boston is again part of the NBA's Christmas Day slate, as they'll take on Toronto up in Canada at noon to kick off the day on December 25th. New Englanders can catch an in-person glimpse of number 1 overall pick Zion Williamson and the Pelicans, that game on Saturday, January 11th at 7 p.m. at TD Garden. January also features a visit from LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Lakers on Monday the 20th as part of the NBA's Martin Luther King Jr. Day slate. January closes with a bang, as well as whoever's healthy for the Golden State Warriors will take the court at TD Garden at 8 p.m. on Thursday the 30th to take on the Celtics. On the last game before the All-Star break, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will come to town with the Clippers on February 13th. Boston will then have a full 7 days without a game over the All-Star break. And it'll be a bit of a strange stretch for the TD Garden staff and that area as a whole, as Boston will go from the 14th through the 28th without a home game. The Celtics start their post-break slate with a 4-game road trip. But that does mean that Boston will play 7 of its last 10 games at home, wrapping up the regular season on April 15th at 7:30 p.m. against the Bulls. The Celtics are still certainly a high-profile squad, and they've received 25 national TV games in addition to 9 NBA TV games. Boston plays on ABC 4 times. One of those times is against the Philadelphia 76ers. All 4 games against Joel Embiid, Al Horford, Ben Simmons, and the Sixers are on national television. 25 is the 4th most national TV games for any team, behind only the Warriors and the Lakers with 30 each, and the Rockets with 26. Today's newsfeed is brought to you by betonline.ag. You can go to clnsmedia.com/win and get 50% cash back on your first deposit. Betting on sports, I recommend betonline.ag. Use the promo code CLNS50 to get half your money back right off the bat, your first bet. Make sure it's a safe one. BetOnline.ag allows for mobile betting and live in-game bets. Finally, before we go here, a note on Team USA basketball, where Kyle Lowry has become the latest star to withdraw from consideration of the World Cup team. That should up the chances slightly that all 4 Celtics at training camp, Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Marcus Smart, make the final roster. There is, however, no update on the status of Marcus Smart's injury, but when we do get notice of that or any of them getting cut or making the team, we will be the first to let you know here on the Boston Celtics newsfeed, powered by CLNS Media. Until next time, check out clnsmedia.com, check out the YouTube page, youtube.com/clnsmedia, and be sure to just subscribe to the Boston Celtics newsfeed so you don't miss that update on Marcus Smart's injury. Until next time, for the CLNS Media Network, this has been Mike Walsh.